Terry Rozier was still a part of the Charlotte Hornets, and now he's a part of the Miami Heat. Obviously, he's only played about 6 games with them. He's actually playing right now against Clips, who are up. Yes, sir. But obviously, while he was with the Charlotte Hornets, he was averaging 23, 7 and 4. Now it's a little bit different. You got to kind of buy in. You got Jimmy and Bam and Tyler Hero as the 1, 2, and 3. So he's adjusting, averaging 10.8, 5.5, 4 rebounds. What were your thoughts on this trade acquisition in its entirety, and what do you think it's going to look like for the Miami Heat?
I mean, in theory, it should be
an upgrade from
good.
Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, like you're replacing Kyle Lowry with him. So but it's also when Rozier was on his best teams, he wasn't a high level scorer. Like he's been a high level scorer the entire time in Charlotte, and they've been awful the entire time in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And then the years in Boston when they were really good were the years that he was coming off the bench and he was mad.
He was mad, especially when Kyrie and Gordon Hayward came back.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So he's just all that. I only say that to say, and I don't mean that he can't be, but to me, he just hasn't really shown for extended periods of time that he's a high level scorer on a playoff contending team or a team that has finals aspirations, as like it seems like the Heat do every year, no matter what their seed is.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned the counting stats, but it's like he's shooting 30% right now
from 3, right?
No, from the field.
From the field.
He's shooting 30%.
From 3. I closed
He's shooting
it out.
25% from 3.
Yeah.
So granted, like you said, it's been 6 games, so you hope that he can bring that up. But it's just a lot different. The pressure that comes with like actually winning and
right. You're so accustomed to losing past 3-4 years.
Yeah. So I think I would say this. I think it's going to be a longer acclimation period.
You think it's going to be obviously like they're nowhere near the Clippers right now, but do you think because with the Clippers, it took them like almost 10 games to figure it out?
Yeah.
You think it's going to be something like that where by like game mark 10 within 15, then they finally take off?
I think he just needs to have the ball in his hands less.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to
because he seems so ball dominant.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you're good with Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo being more of your ball handlers.
Yeah.
And him kind of being a combo guard instead of like trying to be the, point for real.
Yeah.
I say that to say like in totality, like we're saying, replacing Kyle Lowry with him is a win. I just think that potentially getting Dame would have been a lot better for your team.
Mm-hmm.
But in the playoffs, they've needed offense. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And so you just hope that he can be that. I say that because, again, we haven't seen him do anything in the playoffs.
Since the Browns in Cleveland, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
But he did have some. I will say he had some big games
in
those
playoffs.
Years when like Kyrie was injured.
So
that
guy's name's Scary Terry.
Yeah. So you hope that he can reclaim some of that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you throw that with what Miami already does, it should be a win.
Should be a win. So you think they definitely got, even if it's slightly smidgen better, they got better.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can't say that this is a bad trade.
Yeah, it's too early to tell.
Yeah, well, I just don't think it'll be, in general, I don't think it'll be a bad trade because Kyle Lowry just...
Oh.
Yeah, he's old and you don't know... Like, he was... I did, like, I think I said it on our last time, I liked him as, like, a role player, but Rozier is, like, above that. It's, like, kind of like the next level above that. So I think, like, his floor still brings you what Kyle Lowry was bringing you.
Yeah. And Kyle Lowry, I mean, obviously age has a lot to do with it, but he became a little injury prone too towards the latter part of his Miami stint. So
even in his
Toronto.
Last parts in Toronto,
yeah. So no, I like it. I mean, we're gonna see what happens. I'd have to wait. I need a bigger sample size to kind of give my full opinion on it. But like you said, it's an upgrade. So what they lacked in the playoffs, they definitely have it figured out. But I'm a little worried about I think they need a better player in the front court, like to back up Bam. Like I don't think Kevin Love gonna cut. I know I was kind of high on him last time, but I started watching a little bit more since Terry Rozier's there. I'm just like, yo, Thomas Bryant and Kevin Love is gonna cut that shit at all, man.
Yeah, Thomas Bryant ain't it either. This was crazy.
It's crazy. Is like there's not that many like decent backup bigs like that in the league.
You know, it's weird because they're super valuable, but some teams don't put value into them, and I think that is why there's less of them in the league as well. But yeah, it's like we all want the guys, and I don't even want to say Wemby because he's something else, but like the center who can just shoot, you know. But having size in itself is still always a great thing. As long as you have size and foot speed, it's one of the best things you can have.